So this was in Monkey Puzzle. That's page 10, apparently. And this is a really cool artwork. Lindsay Anderson. She's not here. Alright, this is called A Night at the Park. Tommy and Matt take the bus from the suburbs. Matt is the expert and says you ought to be out by at least 7 o'clock. And even though Tommy thinks that it's just a tad on the early side, he isn't going to argue. It's taken him several weeks to talk Matt into letting him tag along. Cardboard pizza, cold mac and cheese, and slippery with grease hash browns. Lunch in the school cafeteria. Steve had asked Matt for the umpteenth time what he had been doing in the city on Fridays. I could tell you, but then I'd have, shut your goddamn mouth. Tell us or we'll kill you, fag. You really want to know? Chaseman Park. All except for Tommy were beside themselves in disbelief. The park was famous, at least among queer kids from the suburbs. Chaseman was where you went to hustle old dudes. Except nobody seemed to know anybody who'd actually done it until now. Tommy wasted no time. When the bell rang, he followed Matt to his next class. You have to take me with you. No way. Tommy's persistence prevailed. 2 weeks before finals, Matt approached Tommy in the hall outside of the cafeteria. Look, I've given it a lot of thought. You can't tell anyone. I'll meet you at the bus station at 5:15 on the dot. Promise me you won't tell anyone. Of course. Yeah, I promise. Rush hour. 2 transfers, 15 minutes till 7. Tommy and Matt step off the bus in the Capital District. The air is warm. It is summer. The boys are free and they know it. It's still a 15-minute walk to Chaseman Park, where cedars, elms, and crabapple trees skirt the winding park paths, which form the boundaries of 2 rolling greens, each as long and wide as a soccer pitch. The gays are out in force. Lesbian couples sprawl on the bright green grass. Gay boys in groups of 3 or 4 frolic, tease and tickle one another in the raining sunlight. When Tommy was younger, his dad used to take the family on weekend picnics to City Park. He never brought them to Chaseman because, he said, nude sunbathing was allowed there. Tommy's dad is a pervert. Tommy knows because he once found fat girl porn on the family computer. One of the actresses was so fat she tried to give a golden shower, but all that happened was the piss would well up between her pelvic rolls. Tommy figured his dad didn't care about the nude sunbathing, but was homophobic. Out past the pair of broad, expansive greens, a much smaller peninsular field juts into a mostly full parking lot. Imported cars and mopeds bike latched to light poles. Shrubs and small trees with low-hanging branches are spaced evenly across the heavily trodden turf. The grass here is not as green. Young boys, some dressed respectfully, most as dirty sluts, loiter lazily along the parking lot. A line of cars forms in front of them. This is it. Tommy is nervous. He's never been with an older man. A few pointers. Don't go for the big, strong, muscular types. You want to be able to get away if something goes down. But don't get me wrong, this shit is totally safe. And keep it to an hour. More Johns, more cash. I'll meet you back here at 1 o'clock. Tommy follows Matt to join the parade of boys. Tommy is embarrassed. He feels like a slat of meat on the butcher's counter at the supermarket. He knows how his sister must have felt during the Little Miss Such-and-Such pageants, putting herself out there for a bunch of sick old turds like Dad. Tommy didn't know if he was up to this. Matt is taken almost immediately by a black man in his late 30s, early 40s, driving a silver Lexus. 45 minutes later, Tommy is afraid he might not get any Johns. Most of the boys around him have already found tricks. Finally, an old, beat-up Honda Civic pulls up, and the driver gives Tommy a little wave. The man is pudgy, furry, and well into his 40s, like doing it with a great big heavy ape. But Tommy can't be picky, he realizes, and directly agrees to accompany this man to his apartment, just a few blocks away. The price, $150 for 1 hour. I always pay. In the car, Tommy thinks, ew, gross. How did I ever agree to this? Will I be able to crack a hard-on with this guy? The man's apartment is small and crappy. The man offers Tom a beer. Tommy accepts, and they get straight to business. Tommy notes to himself, this man isn't as hairy as he originally thought, now that he has his shirt off. Oh, that's a nice nice, strong teenage cock you got there, boy. Tommy is thinking, okay, let him do all the work, take you back to the park, and you're $150 richer. Easy goes. The guy's voice did sound a bit odd, though. Not like a gay guy's at all. The ape-man moans, quakes from head to toe, asks Tommy his name. Howard. Oh, Howard. You're just wonderful, Howard. There it was again. Like a falsetto, but without any diaphragm. The guy takes off his pants, and there in front of Tommy, a great big gaping vagina, rimmed with the thickest pubic beard Tommy has ever seen. The ape woman man blushes, grins. Hope you don't mind, baby boy. Tom makes a mad dash for his clothes, grabs the beer, escapes out the front door. Dresses only when he's sure his trick hasn't followed him out. Back on the street, he finds an all-night diner and orders a bottomless cup of coffee. He waits until 1 a.m. to return to Chase Park. And that's it.